Hi Alistair. So I watched your video a few hours ago and just thought I'd do a response now because I'm going to London this weekend. So this is my response. I apologise for the poor lighting. It's 8:30, which is nearly my bedtime. As I retire at 9 PM usually. Well, I say 9 PM, it usually ends up to be about 9:30 or 10. Because I have to get up for work at 5:30. I'm just making a quick response to your video. The issues, if we call them issues, the comments you raised, Alistair, on your video, Sam Pepper and opinions. So I have a bit to discuss about this. In my opinion, I think that Sam Pepper is pretty well. Okay, so I'll tell you a short story. I don't know whether you know this, Alistair. So when I was in Manchester looking for makeup and accessories to go with my prom dress, I happened to bump into Sam Pepper. And I had never really liked Sam Pepper. I had stumbled across a few of his videos. I knew of him. I didn't really agree with his videos at the time. I thought they were all a bit dodgy. Like, I remember seeing one where he was getting strangers to kiss him on the street, and I thought, didn't really know how I felt about that. I wasn't cool with it though. So I saw Sam Pepper in Manchester, and I just sort of walked up to him and I said, "Oh, it's Sam Pepper." And he looked at me like, "Of course I'm Sam Pepper." There was no one round noticing who he was. And then I just said, "Oh, can I have a selfie with you?" And then I think because we were stopped in the middle of the street, loads of girls obviously noticed and started coming over, crowding, a big crowd. There must have been about 50 girls all crowded round us. And then he was like, "Oh, why did you do that? Why did you make such a scene? Let's just go now. Why did you do that?" And he was blaming me for sort of noticing who he was. And it's like, well, I just said hi and asked for a selfie. I don't think that's so bad. And he was just so rude. I knew at that point that he wasn't a nice person, and I remember telling people he's not very nice. You know, when you can just get the vibe that when people just couldn't care less. And I've never sort of felt so strongly about someone's presence not being nice as I felt about his. It just creeped me out almost. But so yeah, I thought I'd firstly add that in. And that's not accusing him of anything. I'm just merely saying that that's how I felt when I met him. And then obviously he's done this video on pinching women's hand-ass pinch. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but he went round pinching women's bums, and then when he got in trouble for this, he then brought out another video where he was where he got girls to pinch men's bums, and then eventually he brought out a third video where he tried to explain it by saying he was showing that men get sexually harassed as well. I can't even explain, what was he trying to do? He's clearly just made the first video, everyone's kicked off about it, and then he's trying to cover his back, and it's just made it worse. I don't understand why he thinks that people are going to think, oh, he's really making a point. No, you're not. Just, it makes me really angry. The fact that obviously YouTube has sort of had a go at him a lot, but also it's allowed people to speak out about him that previously thought that they couldn't have a voice, which I think is really, really good. But nothing has happened legally. He's just, I don't know what he's doing. He's just hiding, ignoring the fact that, well, obviously he's going to ignore it because he's not thought it was a problem at all to go around pinching girls' bums, but I get the feeling that's only the start of it. There's a lot more to say on that subject. We could carry on with that, but I don't want this video to drag on. So yeah, secondly, you brought up opinions, and I did watch Dan's video actually because it popped up. I'm subscribed to him. I found that very interesting as well because I am quite opinionated like you, Alistair, but I find I'm not as good with words. So I have strong opinions on things, but I'm not as good at expressing my opinions through words. Usually my opinions don't come into an argument. I don't like the whole aggressiveness of opinions. Not opinions of... Sometimes opinions can get aggressive, and I don't like that at all, so I try and sway more to the, this is how I feel. You have your opportunity to say how you feel, but that's how I feel about things. I find, Alistair, that sometimes when you have an opinion, it does come over quite strongly. As you like to say, you quite like having a debate with people. And some people see this as you just telling them you're wrong, which I find very annoying, because no one's saying that they're wrong. And I get this as well. I'm merely just expressing my views on things, and then they can get there to express their views. I mean, it's not that hard to comprehend. On the procrastination thing, we had a talk last week on time management, which I fell asleep in, but luckily I'm a bit more better at actually doing work than you, I think. I'm on top of all the arty stuff, which is probably the main thing, because art's great. It was nice to see your video. Just a tip, Alistair, maybe make it a little bit shorter next time. 15 minutes, yeah. So I'll see you next weekend, maybe, or whenever you next make a video. It was nice seeing you. Bye. Oh, I need to tell you, I decided to cook a vegan pizza today. I thought, oh yeah, I'll cook a vegan pizza. That'll be fun. I bought a pizza base, made sure that was vegan. I bought tomato sauce to put on top of the pizza base. All lovely. The mistake I made was buying vegan cheese. I should have guessed. I should have thought, vegan cheese, that's probably not the best thing ever. And it really wasn't. Put it this way, I had to scrape all the cheesy goodness. Cheese, it wasn't cheese. I had to scrape all of that manky, gooey off my pizza before I could eat it. So I basically just had bread for tea. Well, I've learnt a lesson. Never again buy vegan cheese. I'll just make pizza, cheeseless pizza. That'll be a hell of a lot better. Another thing I was going to tell you was different background. That's usually where my window is. My blind's closed at the moment because it's the night. Oh, that's a nice dream catcher. And that's my favourite wall again. So I'm just sat on my bed because I had washing issues. I say washing issues. My washing's drying. And I didn't think that would make a great view for you all. I say you all. I mean my brother.